In 2007, a young actor locked himself inside a hotel room for 43 days. When he emerged, the world would never look at clowns or villains the same way again. What he created wasn't just a character, it was chaos, wrapped in a purple suit and armed with nothing but a laugh. This is the untold story of how Heath Ledger redefined what it means to be evil and why no one has ever topped him. If stories like this intrigue you, stick around, hit like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. We're just getting started. The Joker Reborn. Before The Dark Knight, the Joker had already lived many lives. Cesar Romero played him with a laugh track. Jack Nicholson made him the stylish gangster. But what Heath Ledger did? That was something else entirely. When it was announced that Ledger would play the Joker, the backlash was immediate. The guy from 10 Things I Hate About You? Critics scoffed, fans fumed. Even Batman Begins director Christopher Nolan had to defend the decision. But behind closed doors, Ledger was already transforming. He dove into old comic books like The Killing Joke and Arkham Asylum, but not for imitation. He was building something new, something raw, something real. He shut himself off from the world, kept a Joker diary filled with disturbing thoughts, quotes, and chaotic ramblings. He studied hyenas, watched tapes of Malcolm McDowell in A Clockwork Orange, and pulled from punk rock nihilism. This wasn't method acting, it was total immersion. He created a Joker with no origin, no name, no backstory, just a philosophy that anyone, given the right push, could become like him. A walking question mark, a man who didn't want money, revenge, or power, just chaos. And it worked. His Joker didn't just enter the screen, he hijacked it, like a virus infecting the film, unpredictable and unforgettable. The madness behind the makeup. Heath Ledger's method acting has become the stuff of legend, and for good reason. He checked into a London hotel with a notebook and a goal: disappear into the Joker. For 6 weeks, Ledger scribbled in that journal as if he were the character himself. He wrote things like, "I enjoy gasoline and introduce a little anarchy." He cut out pictures of hyenas, watched tapes of ventriloquist dummies, and studied Malcolm McDowell's A Clockwork Orange and Tom Waits interviews for inspiration. His goal wasn't just to act the Joker, it was to become him, and it showed. From the lip-smacking to the hunched posture, the erratic hand gestures to the piercing, chaotic stare, nothing about Ledger's Joker felt fake. It was all too real. Even the voice, a chilling nasal blend of mockery and menace, was entirely his creation. No vocal coach, no direction, just instinct. According to Nolan, Ledger would arrive on set in full makeup, in character, and stay that way between takes. And yet, when the camera stopped rolling, he wasn't dangerous or dark. He was lighthearted, laughing with the crew. It was the ultimate contradiction. Off camera, he was Heath. On camera, he was the storm. Chaos with a purpose. So what made Ledger's Joker different from every other villain? It wasn't just the madness, it was the method to it. The Joker of The Dark Knight wasn't some megalomaniac trying to rule Gotham. He didn't care about taking over the mob or killing Batman. What he wanted was far more terrifying. He wanted to prove that deep down, everyone is just like him, that society, rules, decency, all of it is a lie. And with just one bad day, anyone can crack. He doesn't kill for fun. He kills to make a point. He burns millions of dollars not for shock, but to show he doesn't care about the things we care about. He engineers impossible moral dilemmas, like the ferry scene, to watch people betray their ideals. He says it himself, "I'm not a monster, I'm just ahead of the curve." That's what makes him so dangerous. He's not after destruction, he's after conversion. He wants the world to join him in the abyss. This is philosophy as villainy, chaos as ideology, and that's what elevates the Joker beyond mere madness. He's not insane, he's free from all the things that keep most people in check. Batman punches harder, the Joker thinks deeper. That's why he always wins, even when he loses. The Joker versus Batman, two sides of the same coin. Every great hero needs a great villain, but what makes Ledger's Joker unforgettable isn't just his madness, it's what he reveals about Batman. Unlike other villains who challenge Batman with brute force or intellect, the Joker attacks something far more vulnerable: his ideals. He doesn't want to kill Batman, he wants to corrupt him. "You complete me," he says. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. The Joker sees Batman as a hypocrite, a man who thinks he's above the chaos, clinging to rules in a world that doesn't follow them. He wants Batman to break his one rule: to kill, to fall. And that fairy scene? It's not just a test for Gotham, it's a test for Batman's belief in people. This dynamic turns their conflict into more than good versus evil. It becomes order versus chaos, control versus surrender, hope versus nihilism. Ledger's Joker was designed to be the perfect foil: chaotic, anarchic, free. Batman, on the other hand, is disciplined, structured, morally bound. The brilliance is in how they mirror each other. Both wear masks, both operate outside the law, but one is trying to save the city, while the other is trying to show it can't be saved. In the end, the Joker doesn't need to win physically, he just needs to plant a seed of doubt, and that's what makes their relationship so legendary. Two sides of the same coin, one that keeps flipping long after the credits roll. A villain with no origin. Another genius aspect of Ledger's Joker: he has no backstory. Or rather, he has too many. "You want to know how I got these scars?" Every time he asks, the story changes. An abusive father, a gambler's debt, a wife with a disfigured face. None of it is true, or maybe all of it is. That narrative ambiguity does something terrifying. It turns the Joker into a myth, a legend, a symbol. He becomes unknowable, and what we can't understand, we fear. Christopher Nolan deliberately kept the character's past blank. No flashbacks, no origin scenes, just mystery. Because the less you know about the Joker, the more he gets under your skin. Ledger himself embraced this idea, removing any trace of humanity that could tether the character to a past. He made sure there was no emotional anchor, no reason to empathize, no thread to pull. It's the cinematic equivalent of staring into the abyss. You search for meaning, but the Joker offers none. He's not driven by trauma or ideology. He exists to dismantle structure, to provoke, to corrupt. In a world of superhero films that explain everything, Ledger's Joker is a rare enigma, a black hole of motive and morality, and that mystery makes him eternal. He's not just a villain, he's a force of nature. And how do you stop a storm that has no beginning? Ledger's legacy. Heath Ledger's performance didn't just impress critics, it haunted them. Roger Ebert called it a masterpiece. Even co-stars like Michael Caine forgot their lines the first time they saw him in full Joker mode. But it wasn't just hype. Ledger's Joker changed the landscape of film. After The Dark Knight, superhero movies were no longer just popcorn fun. They were art. The Academy, long dismissive of comic book films, had to take notice. Ledger posthumously won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, only the second actor in history to win after death. More importantly, he raised the bar for every villain who came after. From Thanos to Killmonger, every modern antagonist owes something to Ledger's Joker. That blend of ideology, unpredictability, and performance became the new gold standard. But perhaps the most powerful legacy is what he left behind in our culture. A line like, "Why so serious?" isn't just a catchphrase, it's a warning, a threat, a promise of chaos. It's no longer just a movie line, it's a symbol of a character who never really left. Heath Ledger didn't just play the Joker, he became him. No mask, just a smile, and a mirror to our darkest instincts. His chaos lives on, unmatched and unforgettable. If this story gave you chills, like the video, drop a comment with your favorite Joker moment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the roles that changed cinema forever.